Menopause is not a life sentence. Don't let menopause symptoms hijack your health, your energy, or your life for one more day. My brand new, all-natural step-by-step plan eliminates menopause symptoms in just days. To my fellow perimenopausal and menopausal friends, it can make you dizzy, bloated, hot and cranky. It comes and goes like the tide, striking your helpless body when you least expect it. And no matter what you've tried to do to stop it, nothing has worked for you. It's the frustrating symptoms of menopause and the worst part of the process that once defined who I was as a woman, but not anymore. You're not alone. Before I tell you my amazing story of how I stopped menopause dead in its tracks, I want to let you know that there are many other women just like you and me who struggle with these horrendous symptoms. More than 37 million women in the US suffer from menopause. That's almost 20% of all women in the US. The dangerous bone disease osteoporosis, which menopause can cause, hits a jaw-dropping 1 in 3 women in her lifetime. Menopause can kill. Research from the prestigious Johns Hopkins University showed that uncontrolled menopause skyrockets a woman's risk of deadly breast cancer by more than 50%. Scary stuff. If you reach average life expectancy, then you'll be in at least one phase of menopause for more than half of your life. Do you really want menopause symptoms to control half of days on Earth? I was once just like you. Hi there. My name is Julie Clay, and I used to let menopause symptoms push me around and run my entire life. Before I uncovered an all-natural remedy to rebalance my wacky menopausal hormones, the symptoms used to run me ragged. Let me ask you if any of these symptoms that I wrestled with every single day sound familiar to you. Weight gain. I started to pack on the pounds during perimenopause. It's like my metabolism went from a Ferrari to a Ford Focus. I gained weight on my thighs, butt and belly, even though I ate like a rabbit and exercised like a madwoman. Hot flashes. It didn't matter where I was or what I was doing. Hot flashes would hit me like a white-hot bolt of lightning. Even when I was working in the office or playing my kids, I was terrified of the next hot flash. Hot flashes aren't just unpleasant, they can, and frequently do, bring dizziness with them. That's dangerous. Fatigue. Everyone at work used to call me the office spark plug because of my tenacious energy. That all changed when during perimenopause and worsened in menopause. I had to drag my feet just to get myself to the office, and I felt like I needed 2 venti Starbucks coffees just make it to 5 p.m. Even more crazy menopausal side effects. Sexual problems. My husband and I used to have a loving and intimate relationship in the bedroom. Perimenopausal symptoms were wrecking my libido and our joy. Whether I just wasn't in the mood or simply didn't have the energy, my life in the bedroom was a shadow of its former self. Health problems. I'll never forget the doctor's appointment when my doc told me that I had high blood pressure and needed to consider medicine for that. Until my mid-30s I had been the picture of health, and now I was at risk for heart disease. What gives? Irregular periods. My periods used to be as reliable as Dick Clark on New Year's Eve. But perimenopause made my periods unpredictable, heavy and incredibly painful. That's not to mention the night sweats, incontinence and balding, that creeped their way into my once happy life. How I beat the odds and menopause symptoms for good. I'll never forget the big day that changed my life forever. Dressed in a gown with my 3 wonderful kids and incredible husband at my bedside, the last thing I remember is getting admitted for surgery to remove my damaged and faulty uterus and ovaries. Luckily, everything went fine, and I was lucky enough to walk out of the hospital with nothing but a few puncture wounds from a state-of-the-art surgery. But that's not the end of the story. In the weeks following my procedure, I noticed some weird changes to my body. I finally understood what my mother said about hot flashes. I was completely uninterested in intimacy. My whole body felt fat, inflated and bloated. I felt like all of my energy was stolen from me like a thief in the night. At first, I thought these were just side effects from the surgery. But when these symptoms stretched from days to weeks, that's when I knew something was horribly wrong.